I'm sure that I'm going to get the question of, well, what about your doctor? What has your doctor said? And I have talked to him. It was actually it was the first question I asked him in my post-op appointment at 6 weeks. And I said, well, do you think that I could run a marathon when I'm like 15, 16 weeks post-op? And he said, here at Ironman Texas. Well, I'm here at the Woodlands, which is where Ironman Texas is, staying with some good friends, the Quins here that I stay with every time that I'm in Texas. And it has become like a second home. They are like a second family to me, and they've been super amazing throughout all of the years that I've come. Stayed with them my very first Ironman Texas that I was here, and have had so much fun with them. I had surgery on my labrum, as you all know, and also a hernia repair. So labrum surgery was about 15-ish weeks ago. Hernia repair was 10 days after that. And so when I got it, I looked at the calendar and was like, well, I'm missing Ironman New Zealand, which is a race that I absolutely love and cherish. So then I was looking at Ironman Texas and thinking, well, it's probably out of reach. But once I started training, especially after my camp with Travis in California, I thought it might be possible. And I had a lot of hope, but I hadn't started running yet. I hadn't done any of that. I had just started writing a ton, and things were starting to feel good, not, stuck or no, any pain or anything. And so I had a lot of hope. I had a lot of confidence that, yeah, we can make this work, and so my coach was like, well, let's wait and see. Let's see what happens when you start running and go from there. So I started running about 3 weeks ago now. And that's when all of my confidence to be able to even race Texas totally hit rock bottom. And I did not think that it would be possible at all. Physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. And so it was really hard. I wasn't a happy person for a bit, and got super sad about it. But as time went, 3 weeks, as time went, running has just started to feel okay. Pain-wise, I am totally fine. Pain-wise, we're fine. There's no pain in my hip, and so it's totally fine. It's just, I don't know if any of you have started running after 6 months of not running, but you're like, where do I put my arms? They feel so awkward. And then you feel like you're running through mud, and it's just not very fun. It's not very comfortable, and you just feel heavy, and it's hard to come back from no running for half of a year. It was actually about 5 days ago that I did a run where I finally felt fluid and okay and poppy almost, and that things were coming together. And so decided, I decided before that we were going to do this. I'm sure that I'm going to get the question of, well, what about your doctor? What has your doctor said? And I have talked to him. It was actually it was the first question I asked him in my post-op appointment at 6 weeks. And I said, well, do you think that I could run a marathon when I'm like 15, 16 weeks post-op? And he said, yeah, like structurally, functionally, in terms of what I've done, you can totally run a marathon. Do I think that you're going to be able to because of muscular endurance? No, there's no way that you can. And Scott was in that appointment with me, and Scott just like buried his head in his hands, and he's like, you just told Jocelyn that she couldn't do something. Why did you do that? So here's an experiment that we're doing, and trying to see what can happen, what will play out. And I have said many times going into races, like your fitness is like a present that you've built up and that you're going to give yourself on race day. And it's always fun and exciting. It's like this unknown gift of what's going to happen. And that is what this is, like, to an extreme. Is I really have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea if I can finish the race. I have no idea how good or bad or whatever it will be. But something that I said is, like, the last 6 months have, been too hard not to just try and not to just put myself out there and do my best. And if I'm not doing something because of fear, like, that's a reason to turn it around and actually do it for the most part. And so that's what we're facing going into Ironman Texas. Something my coach has said that I really loved and I've held on to is, you've been patient for 6 months. It's okay to be impatient. I have promised some people in my life that I will definitely pull out if I have a lot of pain or if I feel like it's going to negatively impact me or the season. Like, there's no sense in risking an entire season for one race. So I will definitely use that mind as well as my impatient and fearless and mindset that I have. So anyway, thanks for following along. I know I've been a little bit quiet lately. I think it was just a pretty hard go the last 6 weeks where am I racing, am I not racing, then starting to run, and just getting really negative, honestly, about how all of that felt. And so, yeah, like, I'm just excited to be here, to be able to race. So blessed, so grateful to get out there and do my best. And what we tell Emmy when she does gymnastics meets or, goes to practice, we say, try your hardest, do your best, smile, and have lots of fun. And that's what I plan to do on Saturday. And whatever, come what may, and love every minute of it. So if you're out in Ironman Texas area, or you're here spectating or racing, if you see me, please come up and say hi. That's what I love about the sport, is I love the people in it. The people make or break a job, is what I always say. And I think the people in the sport make me love it so much. And that's why I'm here doing what I do, because of all of y'all who follow along, cheer along. And so I would love to say hi if you have that opportunity. So thanks for following along, and we'll have a post-race update, whatever that is, afterwards, and I will see you then.